Welcome guys to the 4-3-1-2 formation guide, and in this video I will be covering the best custom tactics and the best player instructions for this formation. But before we get into the video guys, if you can drop a like on the video, that would be greatly appreciated. Right, so let's get into it. So the first thing obviously you want to cover is that the 4-3-1-2 is a very narrow formation. It's another narrow variation of the 4-1-2-1-2. The 4-3-1-2 and the 4-1-2-1-2 are getting very popular this year, and we're just going to cover the overview. And I think this formation is very good for aggressive play because you've got the narrowness, you've got the cam, and you've got the three centre mids. It gives you that opportunity to press high up the pitch, make your team very tight, very narrow, and you could just overpower them in midfield, and gives you that variety with your passing because you're able to do the quick tiki-taka, but you're also able to do the longer passes and maybe hit your opponent on the counter-attack. But the two vital positions in this formation, well, three vital positions, are your fullbacks and your midfielders. And let's just start off with the fullbacks. The fullbacks, ideally, you want to be looking at players like Walker, Valencia, and your left back, you want to be looking at players such as Jordan Lukaku, Alexandro. I've played with David Alaba, and I didn't really rate him. So the fullbacks wise, you're looking for people who've got high, who are able to go up and down the pitch, because that's going to be your width. The fullbacks are going to give you a width. And it's very important that they actually engage with the attacking transition in this formation, because your play can become very predictable if you're just always playing through the middle. So you always want the option of going out wide, making your play unpredictable. Like I said in my attacking video, making your play unpredictable will always make your opponent think. So obviously you want your fullbacks to be engaging with the play and not just keep playing through the middle. The central centre mid is going to be very important, because once we get into the player instructions, he is going to be the one that is going to be sitting a little bit deeper, because he's actually playing in a centre mid position and not in a CDM position like the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. He's not going to be as deep. He's not literally going to be sitting right on top of your two centre backs, but he still will be engaging with the defensive side of the game, and also at times, depending on his work rates, he may get involved with some attacking play. But ideally, the three centre mids are perfect for trying to adopt aggressive play, which is what we're going to be trying to do. Good examples of the centre mid would be, for me, Bakayoko, Kante, players who are able to get around the pitch, got high stamina, very good in the tackle, got decent passing stats. So maybe looking on Footbin, just narrowing down players who have got good passing stats, got good stamina, got good physicals. They will be perfect for this position. The two outer central midfielders, ideally you want to be looking players, if you've got the coins, such as Vidal, Nangolan. Again, people who've got good work rates. So you're looking for players who've got high or high medium. I prefer to have the two outer central midfielders on two different work rates. So for example, we have maybe the right centre mid on high, and then the left centre mid on maybe high medium. And the reason why is because I just feel like if you have them both on high, sometimes your midfield is a little bit too exposed, because in the attacking transition, they may be in line with your two central attacking midfielders, and if obviously there's a turnover of possession, you're going to be left exposed. Centre mids that I would look for would, you said, Vidal, Nangolan, Pogba, Dembele from Tottenham. Good physical players who've got a good shot on them, and obviously good passing stats. The central attacking midfielder, again, obviously is very important. You want players with good agility. For my team, I have Luis Suarez. I don't think he has the best agility, but he is very, very good on this game. Players such as Griezmann, Neymar. I know you guys might not have coins for those kind of players, but those are the kind of players you want. You want players who've got low centre of gravity on the game, and good agility. And obviously the two strikers, you want people who've got good physicals and good speed. So Ronaldo, Bale, Martial, obviously Gabriel Jesus is very OP on this game. Now let's get into the player instructions. Let's start off with the two attackers. You want them on getting behind and press back line. That enables you to push their defensive line about 5 yards back, because they're going to be literally on the last man. pressurizing him. You want the cam on to stay forward and stick to position. Sometimes, depending if the opposing player is playing midfield like a 4-2-3-1, then I would leave it. Well, I would change it to free roam, because it will be very easy for the opponent to mark your central attacking mid if you've got him on stick to position and they're playing a defensive formation with like 2 CDMs. Let's move on to the midfield. We've got the outer central midfielders. We've got them just unbalanced. I let the work rates of the players himself do the work, so Pogba might be a little bit more engaging than other players. The central midfielder is going to be the one I said who's going to be the deepest of them. He's going to have stay back while attacking, and that obviously just gives him the emphasis to actually do what it says, stay back while attacking, and he's just going to be deeper. Not as deep as the CDM, but he's still going to be able to engage in the aggressive play. Right, in most of my formations, I've said that fullbacks on stay back while attacking. This time we're just going to leave them on balanced attack. We don't want them always to be overlapping, because there's going to be scenarios where we don't need them to overlap, but when they will be required, they will just run into the space. And I've scored quite a few goals with some of my fullbacks. Ideally, with the right back, I would recommend Valencia, because he's got higher shooting stats. You might want to look for fullbacks that have got decent shooting stats, because there are going to be opportunities where you're going to have to shoot with your fullbacks. Now let's get into the custom tactics for this. So again, speed, we want it on 60. Again, as I've described in many videos, the higher the speed, the quicker the play. So we want it on 60 because we want to always get our opponent moving around the pitch. We always want him thinking. So I have on 60. 48 passing. The chance creation, we want some rotation with our midfield. So our right centre mid, especially if it's Pogba might go into Cam. Just a bit of rotation, because it's very hard to mark if there's rotation of the midfielders. If it's positioning's unorganised, then it's a little bit structured, and it'll be much easier for your opponent to mark. So we have 65 crossing. We don't really do much crossing, because when we do get in crossing positions, we just do the driven pass. So that is on 40. Shooting we have on 60. The better the players you have, the higher you want this number. I've got very good players on my team, so I have it on 60. And as I described about the rotation, we have the positioning on freeform. Right, as I said, we're trying to give a aggressive play, always be on top. So I've gone with 65 pressure. What this does is that this will push your defensive line up. Obviously, the lower the number, the deeper the defensive line. So we want to be closer to the opponent. Sometimes it does leave gaps in behind, so it is very important that you get quick defenders. So Walker, Valencia, Bailly, Benassia, players that have got good pace, and you stick a shadow card, because that will help with the gaps. Aggression just sort of compensates. They're going hand in hand with pressure. Aggression is just obviously how aggressive you tackle the ball. I want to make sure I'm winning that ball, getting a turnover possession, and either counter-attacking or just being dominant with possession. Team width is 45. Again, we're playing a narrow formation. We don't want any gaps in the midfield. Sometimes, depending on the game, I feel it in the first 5 to 10 minutes, I might go to 50. It depends on the formation of the opponent. If the opponent is playing a narrow formation, I normally keep it around about 45. If the opponent is then playing a wide formation, like the 4-2-3-1 or 4-1-2-1-2 wide, then I would give it to 50 width, just so it creates more space in the middle, but it decreases the distance for my midfielders to go and pressure my opponent with the right mid. So that will be 50. And obviously defender line cover. So those are the custom tactics for the 4-3-1-2 formation, guys. If you like the video, please give it a like. Let me know if you use these custom tactics and this formation. Let me know what teams you're using with this formation, and just comment down below what other formations you'd maybe like me to cover. I'm thinking of doing the best players to use in FIFA 18, which will include no icons, because I understand that not everyone can afford icons. So if you would like that, again, comment down below. Give it a like if you haven't already, and I'll catch you next video. Bye.